some people have memed on decks for very long. Some memes become decks and some decks become memes. But what happens when the deck, the meme and the pilot just become ubiquitous with some of the worst gameplay in history? Konto no butai ni te Jikoku ni orore Raido Kinki no Unmeisha WGP winner? Huh? Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Zilfor here. Today I am back to talk about Zorga Nadir again. I hate talking about this deck, very frankly. But I am doing this at behest of someone near and not dear to my heart. Get it, Nadir. So yes, today we actually have my dear cameraman who, congratulations, has recently just won the WGP. Congratulations! So thank you so much. I'm really glad that you finally managed to win something after all these years. I knew you could do it, but this sounds like glazing before the boys love sex segment. So let's talk about the actual deck. Zorga Nadir. Let's start with the obvious. Why are we back on Zorga?
Why are we back on Zorga? Because we got support. Number one, that's the biggest thing, of course. Number one is that we finally got something really, really fun to play with. Isn't that right? Remain smashing. Remain smashing.
Oh, it's the hand trap from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh no!
It's Ash Blossom and Joy Spring.
Well, that's
okay, but beyond new card PogChamp, why else are we back on this deck?
Why else are we back on the deck? Because this deck is finally of true potential. It's finally reached its true potential.
How so?
Because now you can do 4 to 5 attacks.
Consistently?
Depends.
Okay. Let's go through the deck then. So we've done Zorga Nadir on this channel before. Zorga Nadir is not foreign to us. We did this in DZ BTO 5, correct? DZ BTO 5 was the last time we saw this deck.
BTO 5. No, DZ BTO 4.
DZ BTO 5. We filmed it at 05.
Oh, you filmed on 5. But
yeah, so the last support was DZ BTO 4, which means it's been 1 year.
Yeah, unless you want to count the festival. The festival gave you a pomegranate entry, but that depends on if you want to run.
Yeah, that's if you play that. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's go through this deck. I'm really happy.
Alright. So for starters, we have the starter living dreaming. Unless you want to play Slurper, up to you. Does not matter. We have Abyss Fishing.
Okay, so this is probably one of the most controversial cards because a lot of people are saying, I don't believe in Abyss Fishing. Please tell us why you are on Abyss Fishing.
Why?
Yes.
Because I love to have orders on turn 2. That's number one thing. Because in this deck itself, you have plenty of ways to just circulate out some of your crap itself. Commandment, Suites, Habitat, and even Overcoming Unnatural. These cards help to sell most of your drop, most of your bind, most of your early plays by jump scaring you with the one only RPD.
Roaming Prison Dragon.
Yes, that's right.
So your whole game plan now is making sure you 100% open an order at turn 2 to play.
Yes.
Okay.
If not, I mean, it's also fine because either A, you already have the order in your hand, or you can always circulate out for your other finisher orders such as Brand of Corpse or Miasma.
But that's on turn 3.
That's on the 3, but having them in your hand is also good because that means you have other discard orders.
True.
Since the next right line card, Split the Preordain, when rolled upon by Zorga with a Divine skill,
which is this guy.
Yeah, gets you the order back. So pretty much, that's why I play Abyss Fishing. It's a very, very good filter overall. It lets you top 7, any normal units you want, so you can mill out some of your very important pieces. You can mill out your RPD. You can mill out the new guy as well. Haha, Remain Smashing. And Trap. You can even mill out Harvest Elf. Oh.
Okay, we are touching some spicy sauce. Okay, so let's get to that in a bit. Let's finish up the rest of this right deck.
Right, so Fatal 1 of Taboo, Zorga Nadir, or if you want to be very Japanese or Masanori, Kinki no Umesha, Zorga Nadir. So I will just briefly touch the defense because I think we covered it before. So basically, for every bind card in your order, you can play, when you play an order, you choose a card from the bind zone, the order card, and you Alchemagic.
Means you can combine the costs and combine the effects.
Yes.
And it can be any card, right? It can be 2 of the same orders, right? This time?
No, different.
Oh, this one doesn't?
This one is different.
So Zorga Mask is the one that says any?
Yes, Zorga Mask is the one that says any. Then Act, NG+2, you bind an order from your drop, you call 2 rear guards, and they gain 5,000 power for every different normal order in your order zone itself. And finally, Divine Skill, Kinky Banging. You pay 1 Soul Blast, and you can stand one of your rear column or your rear guards.
For once per game, you get that skill.
Yes.
So that is why this guy is really important, because he gives you a multi-attack outside of the once per game.
Yes, because Zorga, because unlike a certain deck called Basagra, always was stuck to being a 3-attack deck for majority of its lifespan. For the most part, even with Zorga Nadir, we call it a 3+1 instead of a
4-attack deck.
It's not an official 4-attack deck. So having this extra attack really will make a break quite a difference actually, because it does give you a lot more into the opponent's hand as well.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So that's it. That's all I can say about Zorga. I don't think I need to cover much anymore about the right line itself, so let's move on.
Alright, then the great trees then.
I will just cover 3 personal rights, so you want to win, yes, thank you.
One in the right deck.
Yes, one in the right deck.
We'll do the order separately.
4 Roaming Prison Dragon. And if you're asking why you play 4 Roaming Prison Dragon, because you must. You want to discard it, you want to see it early, you want to get it out from your list machine. I think that's done and dusted. Anyone that plays less than 4, you're asking a break. I'm dead serious. You're asking a break.
So you rather just go all in on the shieldless cards just so you can kill people on turn 3?
Yes. Or turn 1. Because
Turn 1?
Yeah, because who else will do it?
Oh, so you may just straight up call him as a 5k 2 crit?
No.
No, it's always 15k.
It's always 50k.
But
unless you know you
on the
have
divine
a
skill, not divine skill. On the great 3 turn, then you call it as a 15k 2 crit.
Yeah, unless you know you have an over trigger on top.
But that's cheating. Oh wait, no, this one stacks it, right?
Nope.
Right, you can stack it. So that's like a 1 in a 50 chance that you can do that to cheese the game.
Yes.
Did that happen on your WGP street?
Nope,
Not yet.
But
Not yet.
Once a while, I would use sweets and somehow the OT is on top.
Okay, so if you win next, if you win the finals next year, call me, okay? You got this idea from me.
Alright. Next, we have the Great Tools. We play 2 copies of Impending Karma,
1 copy of this guy from the right deck.
2 Remain Smashing, and 4 Shadow Cloak. I do not need to elaborate too much on Shadow Cloak.
Shadow Cloak is just way too good. We've talked about him on this channel. He's an Omni Mill for any order you want, regardless of whatever it is. And he can loop 1 card from your rear guard circle back to your hand. So you can even loop perfect guards or whatever you want.
I would just call it some small histories that this card was made to combat a problem actually.
What is that problem?
Which was back then we used to play a very old card called Curso and Riggering in Agony, which
Right, Curso Riggering in Agony. Yeah, that's the board caller, right?
Yeah, but now
we don't need to.
We don't need to anymore, and he became even more stronger over the years.
Okay, then we have this guy which you already covered. He's in the right deck, so we won't talk about him much.
I think we can exclude Karma.
Karma is just the other 2 guys that call themselves back from drop, just like Roaming Prison.
Yes.
But he gets a crit as well.
Yes.
And the skill to gain 5,000 power for each card in your bind zone. Each order card, right? Each order card in your bind zone.
Yes.
He gains 5,000 power. That's EB4.
Yes.
So while you can call him back for free and get the crit and all, but the plus 5k only comes from the EV4 and the bind and order.
Yeah.
So do know that the skills are split. I know a lot of people actually mix the skill into 1, but knowing that the skill is split in 2 does mean you can pace your own resources, which is why this is only at 2. Historically, there are some people who say, oh, play 4, roaming, what's this guy's name? Karma, play 4 Karma. You don't need that. The one that's easier to call himself out is this guy. So just use him more.
Okay, but the good part about Karma is he does break you out of tricky situations as well.
How so?
Because if you only have 1 RPD, for example, maybe you play instead of Habitat or Commandment or maybe Wheezing, you somehow mill this guy out or call this guy out, you can use RPD call over it if you use Habitat, for example.
And then you can call it back during the battle phase.
Yeah, because it comes back during the battle phase instead of
the main phase.
During the main phase where you play the order.
Right, it's a different timing.
So this guy can really break you out of tricky situations. So I do recommend you still playing at least 1 copy, regardless of what your deck is, no matter what. Please do.
Okay, you heard the chief. Now, my turn, because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Time for some hand traps. This is Remnants Smashing, or Remain Smashing, depends on whatever they call it in English. Maybe they'll call it like Corpse Smashing, but that's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. I don't want to talk about English translation sometimes. This guy's skill is from the hand or the draw. When your Zorga attacks, right?
When you're Zorga with the Divine
When Zorga with the Divine skill, attacks.
You can't
blast 1 and choose 1 of your own rear guards to retire it, right?
You must count +1 to retire 1 of the rear guards.
And then call this guy to an open rear guard circle. Or just, any rear guard circle is fine. And then he gets 5,000 power if you have
For every
for every order card in the bind.
yes, for every order by different, by the way, different.
For every different order card in the bind.
Normal.
But if different normal. But he sounds oddly familiar, doesn't he? He sounds like this guy.
Yes, that's right.
So you can use this guy and then go into this guy.
yes.
Wow.
Or you can just kill your RPD and then after
Wow,
that,
that-
2 intercepts as well.
Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, just fighting shield. What's the second skill do?
The second skill, at the end of this unit that you have Vanguard with Zorga, if I believe, you pay 1 counterblast, 1, you bind him, you choose a normal order from your bind zone and you add it to your hand.
That's not Regalis piece.
Yes, that's not a regular space.
Would you use that second skill though?
Depends on the situation. If I know I have the second copy in circulation, but for example, I don't have any more orders in my hand to continue playing or whatsoever, it is quite primitive that you use the skill itself.
Okay.
But for the most part, if you can continue playing the game again and again in your next few turns, unless, I mean, to be very honest, I believe that by the time you use this guy, most of the time you should be having your opponent at their legs. You should be using the skill to get the order in your hand in order to keep playing. But if not, just leave him.
Just leave him there, yeah.
Just leave him there.
Because he triggers from hand or drop. So he's like he's always there.
Yeah.
Like if you just play the game, if you either mill him and he can camp there for the whole game and come out when needed, or you can just hand trap your opponent and go, haha, you got another 60k guard, if not you die.
But there is one big detriment that this card does bring, and that is that
Resource.
Yes.
He's resource heavy, right? He costs 1 CB to do any hand trap effect or an CB for the recycle.
I believe that plenty of Zorga builds have also played cards like Death Inviting, Black Magic, and a lot of other CB heavy cards itself. So how do you rectify this problem?
Yes, how do you rectify this problem?
Well, for me, I have my own solutions. Let's move to the Great One.
Alright. The great ones, we have Abyss Fishing again.
Yeah, this fishing.
From the right deck.
We have 4 PGs. I mean, you want to play it safe. Elemental Sensitive can be brought back from the drop with a certain cast effect, so I will explain that later. But 4 PGs for survival sake. We play for Elf.
Oh.
And of course, my favorite solution, the card that is as old as time, and even as old as slightly younger than Eugene.
Really?
Rogue
Rogue Hunter! Oh my goodness.
I'm like-
2 Rogue Hunter? Seriously?
Yeah. So,
Okay, tell us more. So Perfect Guard, we don't need to describe very much. We play 1 Sanctitude because there is an order synergy here, right?
Yes.
Right.
So Rogue Hunter is as good as time goes.
Oh, wait, you don't talk about the other card first?
I think Rogue Hunter first because this is an old card.
Okay.
So Rogue Hunter, I believe the previous deck list also featured it, but for explanation's sake, with now that we have Remain Smashing, you want to save your counterblast for your more combo heavy cards like Miasma, Overcoming the Unnatural, Sweets, Wheezing, or any other CB cards you intend to play in Zorga like Death in Black Magic. So this card is, I think, a card you're most likely going to see seen running in many lists moving forward. And the best part of all is, it's a free 13k body as well. It's free for 13k body.
He's a free guy, yeah, it's a free guy.
Unlike Villainer, that needs a bit more setup, unlike other cards.
He's just 13k, yeah.
He just 13k, straight up, no question asked. He just,
Nice.
and he cuts your CB.
So he does save you resources so that you can actually play your hand trap from before,
Yes.
your Remain Smashing.
Yeah.
So this is how you solve the resource issue.
Yes. And now, to solve the big question, because everybody's mind is now, how do you fight prison? How do you fight?
Harvest Elf. And I know this one because I actually played this in Nairos. When placed on the rearguard circle from the hand
Yes.
during your turn, Soul
Yes.
Blast 1, call a plant token to the same column as this card. And then after that, during your turn on the back row rearguard circle, if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, this unit gets another 5,000 power. Oh sorry, it's not during your turn, it's either turn, but frankly that doesn't matter. And then the last skill is, and then battle this unit boost, retire 2 units in the same column and draw a card. So
rearguards,
at two rearguards in the same column, yeah. And draw a card. So at face value, this guy is just a 10k rush tool that you can cycle off and draw, so you can give Zorga early aggression at free cost, even to a grade 2 Vanguard, which is highly devastating for this guy, right? But beyond just generic slot aside, the stronger point is that it retires 2 rearguards, which means you can actually just start looping your roaming prison,
Yes.
right? Which is really deadly. So if you open Harvest Elf, it's a good beat state, or if not, you can just draw, and that lets you escape prison. So.
But I mean, even in DZAC 10, mind you, I won this playing the DZAC 10 format.
Oh, the hard Lulu format.
Yeah, so there was no a certain guy. We don't have.
Remnant Smashing. But you're doing the video with Remnant Smashing, so just
Yeah.
talk about the video with Remnant Smashing.
Alright, sure. But either ways, with or without Remnant Smashing, there were 2 decks circulating on DZ 10 and DZ 11 that now we need to watch out for. One is in DZ 10, it was Vajra.
But he's dead.
Because EB3 and bound away your RPD.
Yeah. So basically, it just helps you protect against spot removal. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Against prison especially, because that one's the more annoying matchup.
Because he goes to the prison and it never goes back to the drop.
And you need to pay additional resource and now with remain smashing in circulation.
Yeah, he too is a valuable target to keep around.
Yeah, you don't want to keep playing your CV for no reason. So
actually, Harvest Elf is like a must play at this point, right?
Must play, yeah. But if you are not playing anything to play competitively, don't worry, you don't need to buy this card.
But you are clearly here competitively. You're on the Fuzzy Paradox website. Alright. Moving on.
Now we go to the orders.
Yes.
I don't think I need to touch too much on
You need to talk about the orders, man.
Listen, I don't need to touch too much on what they do, I will just touch on why I have to run them. 1 Rousing Reps, 1 Sweets, 1 Overcoming Natural Death, 2 Habitat, 1 Commandment, 1 Miasma, 2 Brand of Ops. So I'm not going to elaborate on what they do because as I said before, I believe we covered what they have done before.
But you can split them, alright? So if you're having difficulty understanding Zorga, or if you like to learn Zorga, this is for your endgame, right? You play these for your endgame. Brand of Corpses is the passive Platinum Ezel effect, and this guy is just a build a board guy. This is a grade 2 gamer, but also lets you 2-box any card, drop or, spell or unique card.
Normal order different from him.
Different from himself, yeah. So you obviously don't 2-box himself. And then these are all your early game, right? All these you can play in your early game. This guy you can use in the later game because he loops bind zone cards back. But frankly, he's like a tech. Everything else you see here is just for the early game, just to mill a guy, call a guy, mill a guy, call a guy, mill a guy, call a guy, win.
Yes, that's right.
So pretty straightforward. Honestly, the issue with Zorga is that a lot of players believe that they are the king of Jang, so they just straight up just play a whole set of any nonsense orders that they believe is viable. I think Zorga, you actually need to have some discipline.
Yeah.
Right, I would say you actually need to know what your orders do, and you're not just putting in just for the haha funny thing on twitter.com.
Okay, let me just say this first. The one thing that separates you from a good Zorga player and a real bad Zorga player is how do you react in certain situations. Because no matter what, when you play this deck, you have to realize one thing. Shieldless. And then I don't need to add the fact that these guys don't do shield, these guys don't give you any shield. So you need to
you have a lot of shieldless cards, yeah.
Number 1. Number 2 is you can also break very badly. And I mean having only 0 to 1 orders in circulation for the entire game as well. But that is the extreme break scenario.
Right.
I'm talking more so about what happens when you don't have at least 2 RPDs or Karma in circulation. Remain Smashing, as good as he is not a card that you want to prioritize. This is the number 1 thing I'm going to say first. You do not want to prioritize getting this guy out. I mean, if you see him in your hand, that's good. You throw him out early, or you see him as a 5k shield that you can just cut early on. Correct?
Yes.
So, this is not a guy you should prioritize. The other 2 is the one you must prioritize no matter what. No questions asked. You must get these 2 into your drop ASAP. So, the main thing you need to ask yourself is, how do I get out of tricky situations as well? And so that's why some of these cards you see, like Browsing Reps, as Mill 5 can be, as it can throw you over and trigger variants. Mill 5 at the end of the day can hit you quite some valuable targets that you want to see in your drop, like for example Harvest Elf or Rocket Hunter. So this is some of the reasons why you need to ask yourself why you're running certain orders as well. Habitat is also here to break you out of some of the situations, like switching out Harvest Elf, so you can just throw out to just draw 1. You can also search out, as I mentioned before, Karma, so that you can also get him out on the way, throw him back to the drop zone.
And get rid of him!
And then once you get back in your drop, you always have critical.
Wow.
And of course, I don't need to mention I think the God staple itself, Shadow Cloak.
Yeah.
So this is also another reason why I personally run Rousing Rats. In the early game, you can add Shadow Cloak into your hand if you see him in the top 5, which allows you to mill another order as well. Well, in addition to throwing some of your key pieces like your RPDs or your orders itself. So you need to ask yourself, whenever you run any of the cards you want to play over here, what are they doing for you? What are they helping you for? In this case, every card here, I'll be honest, has a purpose. Every single card here has a purpose in how they progress your game plan, how they break you out of certain breaking situation, unless you run into the absolute break situation.
Okay. And last but not least, our triggers. Triggers very simple.
Yes.
Triggers is 1 blast for go. This one is pretty obvious. I don't think we need to explain this one, right? Like this is just the most optimal over trigger at this point.
Unless you
for
want
this
to
deck.
play with more, you play Vanguard.
Yeah, but you don't need to. 3 fronts, defect fronts.
Yes.
They're pretty good. We play 3 regular heals and then 1 of the effect heals. This is the Resend heal. So yeah, with Zorga you can tag a few cards because you can call it back. We play 4 normal crits.
Yes.
I don't know what these guys are. And then after that we have some fun effect crits.
Okay.
This one is the must play because it moves to the soul.
Yeah.
Right. So we've said this in every Zorga video. We'll keep repeating it. You need to buy this. Like you need to buy the effect crit.
Okay. I think that wraps up the.
And that wraps up the deck profile for Zorga Nadir. DZBT. What set is this? 11. So is Zorga Nadir safe? Is Zorga Nadir any good? Because most people just want to rag on this deck, and it's sad because seeing you with this deck, seeing WGB Tokyo also having a Zorga winner like in the same weekend, and Ultimate also had a Zorga win in the same weekend. Like I would say it's pretty shocking, right? Like, and there are multiple local Zorga winners that have come up in the last like what 2 weeks. So I am pretty shocked that Zorga is back on the menu, or at least it seems. But like most people on like social media just say, oh, Zorga's dead, Zorga's dead, Zorga's dead. What do you think?
What do I think? I mean, here's the thing. First of all, I believe that at the end of the day, it depends on what you want to play in a card game. This is from a card game perspective as well. Like, what do you enjoy about playing card games in general, in the first place? So for me, I stick to Zorga because it was my day 1 deck in the first place. As well. So that means I've been through a lot of bullshit. I've been through all the break fest. I've been through all the sack fest. I've been through a lot of crappy things with Zorga, like for the good and the bad itself. So to me, I will stick by this deck no matter how good or bad it is in the current environment it is in. Of course, I will try to optimize things to help it get it in a even playing field. That's why I'm taking 4 Harvest Elf.
Okay.
That for me is to get myself in the even playing field in the current landscape of the meta itself. Aside from that, though, if you're asking me in the current DZ 11, I believe he has a chance. He has a massive chance now because he can scare off quite a number of decks. His numbers are always really, really scary, especially when you pull off the Corpse and Miasma combo, you pull off all the other bullshit as well. So it's always going to be quite relevant in a different sense as well, where whenever you see a Zorga player and if he doesn't break, it now becomes a case of can you stack him up early? Do you have enough PGs?
Right.
Or will he just crumble you and make you flatten you like a pancake? That's literally Zorga as well. But nowadays, most of the standard decks are starting to feel like that way. So I think at this point it's just a flavor of choice.
Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you especially for coming. It's been a real blast training and going through with you, playtesting this and whatnot. I'm really happy for you. Very honestly, let it be known on camera, I am very happy for you. I wish you all the best in your future competitive career, or if you choose to stop, frankly, do what you want. I think it's come to a point where, like, yes, to win tournaments you need to set a certain degree, you need to win a certain degree. But I do think perseverance with your deck above all does count, which is something for myself to learn because, you know, Platinum is amazing! Yeah! But, you know, other than me trying to hang myself, I really do believe that over time your decks will get better, right? I mean, that's why I hope. Like, I remember when Zorga used to be actually bad, right? Like, there were formats where Zorga was actually like downright unplayable, and there have been formats before where Zorga was pretty good. But I say this is probably the highest Zorga's been, right? So I am really happy for you, Zorga Nadir, and I'm very happy for you, my friend. So yeah. Honestly, I'm willing to end this video by saying I don't think it's potential man anymore. I think here on out it is really based on the meta game. If the meta game has decks that Zorga can counter, Zorga will be okay. But if the meta game has decks Zorga cannot counter, then too bad, I guess. So that's really all I can say about that. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but to a lot of people, Zorga is just the unanimous hate deck for some reason. I like to start by saying please don't. Please. I believe one day I can make Feltirosa, winnable. Not really. But this video has come out before the stream, so let me know if I'm wrong. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
I'll would like to end off by saying thank you to everyone who supported me and helped me to get this far. So I definitely will not win this without some effort as well. I would like to thank everyone else who helped me throughout the journey. And of course, especially Zorga.
Did your auntie help you?
My auntie.